Your gut bacteria are starving, then they turn on you. This isn't just a metaphor. It's a harsh biological truth. Poor gut conditions mean trillions of microbes stop processing food. Instead, they attack your gut's own delicate. This internal damage can cause frustrating brain fog and issues. It also creates stubborn bloating and overwhelming fatigue. Discover 5 proven ways to naturally detox and heal your gut. You'll conquer bad bacteria, but the how might surprise you. You'll unlock unparalleled vitality and mental sharpness, unseen for years. To begin, we'll explore a bodily mechanism often overlooked by the wellness industry. Yet it's arguably your body's single most vital cleansing system. The migrating. To truly understand its importance, we need to correct a common misconception about digestion. Most people see the gut as a constant conveyor belt. Food enters, then simply exits. However, your small intestine actually operates in 2 distinct modes: active digestion and cleansing. When you're eating, your gut's priority is breaking down food and absorbing nutrients. However, a thorough internal cleanse cannot happen during this eating period. Full intestinal purification starts only once all digestion has completely finished. That's precisely where the MMC performs its vital function. Picture it as your body's own personal internal street sweeper. This complex generates a powerful wave of motion, sweeping your small intestine clean. This process moves leftover food and cellular fragments into the colon, their proper destination. Nonetheless, a crucial rule must be followed here. This internal street sweeper appears only when its path is completely clear. Your stomach needs to remain empty for 90 minutes to 2 hours before cleansing begins. Once activated, this cleansing cycle typically takes 90 minutes to fully finish. Any calorie intake, even just a few almonds or a specialized detox drink, the instant calories enter the stomach, its cleaning process completely stops. In today's world, we're constantly grazing and eating throughout the day. Our days include breakfast, mid-morning snacks, lunch, sweetened coffee, dinner, and late evening treats. Since we seldom stop eating, our internal cleaning crew remains inactive. This then leads to a truly catastrophic outcome. When the street sweeper is dormant, bacteria build up inside the small intestine. This results in fermentation, uncomfortable bloating, and SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Simply put, debris builds up because the sweeper is never allowed to operate. The solution isn't medication. Instead, it's just about allowing digestive breaks. Research indicates that allowing 4 to 5 hours between meals, with absolutely no snacks, enables this crucial digestive wave to complete its full process. The key point here is simply doing nothing at all. When your stomach growls, and you're not truly starving, that's often not a food craving. More often, that's the street sweeper, diligently performing its work. Simply avoiding eating between meals allows for internal self-cleansing. Next, regarding the garden ecosystem. Since it needs cleanup time, we must now examine the residents living within our system. We host trillions of bacteria. For a long time, microbes were seen as enemies. Now, we recognize they function more like garden soil. If the soil's barren, nothing will grow. If the soil's rich, plants will flourish. A common mistake involves trying to heal your gut by taking a generic probiotic capsule. This is generally ineffective because you're essentially scattering a few seeds onto concrete. If the environment isn't favorable, they simply won't thrive. The most effective way to enrich this environment involves diversity. One fascinating study had researchers swapping the diets of rural South Africans with African Americans. Their rural diet was high in fiber and low in fat, while the American diet was reversed. In only 2 weeks, the Americans who ate the high-fiber rural diet showed a significant reduction in bodily inflammation. Why? Because fiber serves as the primary fuel for beneficial bacteria. When you consume plant fibers, they enter the colon, where your beneficial bacteria ferment them. This process produces incredible compounds that effectively reduce inflammation and help in healing your gut lining. However, a crucial distinction exists. Various bacteria consume different substances. Some species prefer fiber found in onions. Other varieties prefer fiber from walnuts. Still, other types require fiber unique to raspberries. The American Gut Project, a large research initiative, revealed that the strongest indicator of a flourishing gut was the sheer quantity of diverse plant species eaten. They pinpointed the optimal range as eating 30 distinct plants weekly. This may sound like a substantial quantity, but it encompasses various herbs, spices, nuts, seeds, and fruits. It relates to the variety of your dietary intake, not simply the sheer volume. If you daily eat an enormous bowl of broccoli, you're exclusively feeding the bacteria that feed solely on broccoli. However, if you consume a smaller serving of broccoli, alongside carrots, pumpkin seeds, cilantro, and black beans, you're cultivating a diverse internal ecosystem. By expanding the variety of plants you include in your diet, you foster a resilient internal garden that naturally crowds out unwanted bacteria, much like weeds. Moving on to our third mechanism, we need to discuss the gut's timing. We often focus only on what we eat, but when we eat holds equal importance. Just as your brain has its sleep-wake cycle, your digestive system also follows a certain rhythm. We tend to view digestion as a factory operating at a continuous, unchanging pace. It simply doesn't. Clinical research consistently shows that your body processes food much more efficiently earlier in the day. Your insulin sensitivity and digestive enzymes peak during the morning and afternoon hours, dropping dramatically after dark. Picture it like a factory with distinct work shifts. The day shift is fully staffed and ready for work. The night shift operates with a minimal crew. When you eat a heavy meal at 9 p.m., you're imposing a massive workload on the night crew who've already left. As the body's efficiency lessens at night, food remains in the stomach for longer periods. Blood sugar remains elevated for longer periods, leading to increased fat storage and inflammation. Furthermore, digestion demands considerable energy. If your body expends energy processing a late meal, it cannot dedicate energy to deep sleep or cellular repair. There's also a fascinating connection between your gut bacteria and sleep patterns. Certain bacteria help produce chemicals that regulate sleep, such as serotonin and melatonin. When we eat late in the evening, we disrupt their natural rhythm, which in turn hinders our sleep. This quickly becomes a vicious cycle. Poor sleep leads to sugar cravings, which then results in suboptimal gut health, which then contributes to even worse sleep. To break this pattern, we'll examine time-restricted eating. This isn't about outright starving yourself. It focuses on metabolic rest. Aim to restrict your eating window to 10 or 12 hours. For example, consume food exclusively between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. This straightforward adjustment aligns your eating with your body's active phase. It allows the gut lining to regenerate overnight without interference from active digestion. This signals to your body that it's time for repair, not time to process food. The on-off switch. Mechanism number 4 completely shifts our focus from food and examines the system's foundational wiring. You might eat a perfect, diverse diet and space your meals, but if this one connection is faulty, digestion will stop. For today's discussion, we're delving into the essential vagus nerve. This nerve serves as a direct bridge, connecting your gut to your brain. It functions as a bidirectional pathway for communication. Your stress levels, however, determine how this data is transmitted. Your nervous system operates mainly in two separate modes: the fight or flight state, indicating stress, or the rest and digest condition, signifying calm. It's impossible for these two states to function concurrently. From a biological perspective, your body perceives a danger in scenarios, such as evading a tiger or simply feeling uneasy about an email. Consequently, your body redirects blood from your digestive tract to your muscles, getting you ready for escape. During these moments, therefore, consuming food while anxious, hurrying to a meeting, or watching upsetting reports is comparable to attempting digestion with your gut's capabilities affected. Such lack of activity allows food to stagnate and rot instead of being properly processed. This frequently leads to gas and bloating. Engaging the rest and digest state deliberately before meals is vital. Historically, cultures with the longest lifespans perceive their dining experiences as a calm and tranquil occasion. This extends past simple tradition, rather, it's based. Ensure your exhalation lasts longer than your inhalation. Such an effortless action sends a bodily cue to your vagus nerve. Following this, your brain reactivates digestion. This swift step requires only 30 seconds, yet it significantly alters how your system handles that nourishment. Often, our attention goes to what we should incorporate, maybe extra kale. However, from a biological standpoint, eliminating components often yields a more significant impact than adding them. Presently, our digestive tracts endure chemical exposure that severely like pesticides. Unquestionably, antibiotics are lifesavers. In urgent situations, they are truly astonishing. Yet, if we utilize them for mild ailments, or when they're inadvertently ingested via non-organic animal microbes, the diversity within your microbiome can subsequently need several months to recuperate. Furthermore, this isn't solely due to medicines. Rather, the persistent existence of pesticides in affecting our intestinal flora. Essentially, we are consuming tiny quantities of weed killer, disturbing our body's inner balance. Moreover, our potable water likewise needs consideration. Common tap water often contains chlorine to eliminate pipe bacteria uninterruptedly. A protective approach is required. This entails selecting organic alternatives from the dirty dozen. These are produce items widely recognized. Additionally, installing an uncomplicated filter for your potable water is necessary to eliminate chlorine. We seek to Now, let's explore a cohesive strategy for maintaining healthy intestines. Imagine your physical form functioning. Should you neglect allocating sufficient time to the cleaning crew, and if the power frequently experiences outages, merely a detoxifying beverage. Give appropriate attention to the team responsible for cleaning. Separate your eating periods by 4 to 5 hours. Incorporate at least 30 diverse plant-based items into your weekly meals to cultivate a flourishing internal. Optimize your internal processes. Prior to eating, take deep breaths and unwind to activate your digestive processes. What's remarkable about the gut is its vast ability to heal and self-correct. Its internal layer completely regenerates its cells. People commonly defer action until their bloating becomes intolerable or their weariness turns perpetual. However, it means deciding to delay your food intake for an additional hour, and selecting diverse options over mere ease, and inhaling deeply prior to your afternoon repast. Such minor habits foster resilience as you age. Insightful, and want to explore more about how these distinct systems relate to your general wellness? Make sure to subscribe. Numerous other topics currently. Please share your opinions, and